It's great to catch up here in Perth. Just give us a sense of your mindset heading into this weekend off the back of what was an unbelievable performance on Sunday in Tasmania.
Yeah, it's obviously pretty exciting coming into WA, sitting third in the points for myself. It's the best start to a year we've had for our team, so really excited to get out on Friday and see what we can do to the car and just push on for some more points.
Take us inside the debrief after a weekend like Tasmania where you were able to turn it around and you fought tooth and nail to make sure you were the first one across the line on Sunday. How has it buoyed the team and how do you debrief a victory like that?
I think it was a pretty special Sunday for all of us here as it was a big team effort for everyone. Everyone played a role in getting the car 19 up there, and it definitely was probably one of the most funnest races I've done.
Peel back the curtain on the Brains Trust here at Penrite Racing for us. Who are the characters? What do they bring? How do you and have you been able to generate those results so far this year?
I think myself and Jack, my engineer, have really stepped up our communication and just working together. I think that's been a really big positive for us. I know the engineering department are working really hard. I think it's a combination of that, as well as, you know, Shippy's there in the foreground. He's constantly overseeing a lot of what's happening, and, you know, we've found a couple of things with the car that have definitely helped improve our speed. But there's no doubt the journey is still tough in the future, you know, especially with the next 2 rounds in front of us. So we got to keep making sure that we're staying on top of it. But I think everyone's enjoying the process as they should.
The bold strategy in Tasmania paid dividends. I'm not quite sure you'll get as many laps out of the tyre here as you did in Tasmania. But this sort of place lends itself to rolling the dice a little bit in terms of strategy. Is that where we're going to see from Penrite Racing this weekend? Because you're sort of garnering a reputation as a team that's not afraid to have a crack.
Yeah, for sure. I think we even saw it last year a couple of times. Like Townsville and Sydney, we both, you know, probably ran the gauntlet a little bit with the strategy, and it pays off sometimes. And I think we've seen it in the past that it's certainly something that we're not afraid to have a go at. You know, we knew on Sunday that it was the safety car was definitely a possibility to do a double stop and go to the end. So then you need to shift your mind around that and you know, get into the mindset, okay, I've got to do 50 laps or however many it was on the tyre. Okay, I got to make sure I get everything out of it. And for sure, this weekend here, this track it does promote a little bit of that strategy play as well. I think I remember seeing it with Lowndesy back in the day when there was heaps of deck here. So you just got to be on top of the game while it's happening.
Young Matt Payne, who wins the Jason Witchetts Trophy and picks up his second victory at Taupo this weekend.
You've won 3 of the last 6 races. Coming into the season, did you think that was going to be the case so early on in the year?
I've always enjoyed the first part of the year, especially with the rounds. Obviously having New Zealand in there, it provides, you know, some really good racing, and I really enjoy that weekend as a whole. So definitely to win 2 races there, and then the last race in Tasmania, it's almost been a bit of a privilege. You know, a hometown sort of Kiwi guy is going to win the Jason Richards Memorial. Those weekends don't come along very often, so you've got to make sure you soak it up. It was definitely special for my whole family and all of that. It's been a great start, but there's still a lot of work to do before you get to Adelaide.
What will it take to win this weekend? How badly would you like to have those orange numbers on your car come Sunday afternoon?
Oh, I definitely would love to have it. You know, we're going to be fighting with everything we've got for this weekend to try and, you know, do that. But we're just going through our processes. Yeah, we just got to take it one step at a time and see where we end up.
You've really been collecting the silverware so far this year. I hope you've got a bit more by the end of the weekend. Great to catch up, Matty. Good luck.
Thank you very much.